title of this week's CQM Forecast Alert is PCA is somewhat more optimistic than CQM for economic forecast in 2021 Q3. This week's CQM updated several August key economic indicators. In particular, the downward revision of PCE, corporate profit, and GDP price deflator had a significant impact on economic growth on both the expenditure and income side. Updating August retail sales and CPI lowered nominal PCE from 5.66% to 4.24%, and PCE price deflator from 6.20% to 5.72%. As a result, real PCE was adjusted downward from minus 0.58% to minus 1.47%. This is the main reason for the low economic growth on the expenditure side. On the income side, since corporate profit were revised downward, nominal GDP was adjusted downward from 9.1% to 8.8%. However, with the GDP price deflator revised downward from 6.59% to 6.0%, real GDP was modified upward from 1.86% to 2.21%. According to this week's CQM forecast, the economic growth rate has been revised downward on the expenditure side and upward on the income side, converging to around 2.3%. All inflation indicators have been revised down by about 0.6% from the previous week. Headline inflation is projected to be 5.7%. The PCA forecast are somewhat optimistic about the economic growth rate and inflation compared to the CQM forecast. Conclusions from this week's CQM Forecast Alert. First, the PCA forecast for the current economy is somewhat more optimistic than the CQM forecast. Second, we can predict the following things to narrow the gap between CQM and PCA forecast of economic growth. First, low growth in money supply in August and September. Second, low growth in S&P 500 in September. Third, low growth in CPI in September. Fourth, high growth in retail sales in September. This slide contains additional information about this week's detailed CQM forecast, the original developer of CQM, and CQM theory papers.